All that Shi-Banga-Bang here on LBF.
Alrighty, so hello and welcome to another episode of the All That Shi-Banga-Bang podcast. I'm your host, Ronnie Gunza, also known as LarryBoy Fanatic, the eyes and plunger ears of the LarryBoy multiverse. It's kind of silly doing this when I'm not wearing my LarryBoy hat. But anyways, check out my Buc-ee's cap and coffee mug. Unfortunately, we're not sponsored by Buc-ee's, but you never know. Anyways, damn, we got so much to cover today. So yes, we're going to be talking about Billie Bust Up. Now, for those of you who don't know, Billie Bust Up is an upcoming game, an upcoming 3D platformer that's got characters, adventure, and all that Shi-Banga-Bang. Alright, so I jotted my notes down on here. Okay, where was it? So I got my notes right here. Y'all can't see it because of the lighting. But yeah, I've heard about this. Well, let's start from the beginning. It's like, how did you come up with this game? How did you discover this game, Ronnie Gunza? Ronnie, please tell us. Tell us your findings. Okay, well, I will tell you my findings. Okay, first and foremost, this is my first pre-recorded episode of All That Shi-Banga-Bang. I try to do live streams every week, but at this point in time, it's not feasible. So that's why the podcast was on a hiatus of some sort, because I haven't had time, because there's like a lot of developments, including Billie Bust Up, which, by the way, I subscribed to their Patreon recently, so I should be doing the pre-alpha build pretty soon. Because a lot of people have done the demo, and it looks super good. It looks like it's going to be a really good game. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. How did I discover this upcoming game that looks fantastic? It looks good, sounds good. Well, you have YouTube to thank, because you know how YouTube recommends certain clips in certain videos? That was kind of how I was introduced to Billie Bust Up. I think I came across their teaser trailer, and out of curiosity, I clicked on the video, and the teaser trailer was like, oh my god, what in the world is this? This looked revolutionary. It looked amazing. I don't know how many words can describe what I saw just by that 1 minute trailer. So it's 51 seconds long, almost a minute long. The 51 seconds, they suck you right in. They show you a cutscene. They show you gameplay. It's basically anything and everything that you want out of a video game teaser. Because nowadays, video games, when they put out teaser trailers, they just show like a cinematic or whatever without showing the actual gameplay or what the gameplay is gonna look like. But here, it just tells you anything and everything within 1 minute. And that's what I like. It's like, you have a product, show us what you got, show us what is it. I was so amazed by what this teaser had in store for us. And then, after watching that teaser trailer, YouTube started recommending me these clips and gameplay of the demo, the pre-alpha build. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta play the pre-alpha build. Now, the only way to actually play the pre-alpha build is to subscribe to Billie Bust Up's Patreon at the $5 tier, or a little more money than that. You gotta pay at least $5 a month to play the pre-alpha build, which is what I eventually did. I am now pledging $5 a month to this wonderful game, because I want to see this game succeed. Because, like I said, it's got a lot of great things. The music, oh my gosh, the music is what's popular right now. The music is fire, especially the Barnaby song. There's a million gruesome ways to die. Which, by the way, I did a cover of. Go check that out. Am I right, JB Plush? Okay, so I know you guys want me to talk about Barnaby, but we'll get to that, because we're going to be talking about the character bios. Now, the main character of this game is obviously Billie. So she's this cute little goat. Yeah, I'd say she's cute because of the character design, and her voice acting is superb. So obviously we're going to be playing as her in the actual game, and she's got a little pet named Oscar. I'm assuming he's part dog, part fox. He's got wings, I assume. Yeah, I think that's what that is. So they go on this adventure, and apparently they're looking for this gem. It's supposed to be like magical or whatever. Yeah, it's so obvious in the teaser trailer. But you gotta go through these different characters. You gotta fight these different bosses or whatever. So let's talk about the villains of this game. So this is confirmed by the actual game developers. Like, they have a website. We'll put it up on the screen here. We'll talk about the bios for each of the villains. So apparently the first boss that you're going to be taking on is this cat named Elaine. Alright, so she's a cat pirate. Okay, leader of the cat pirates or whatever. God. Okay, so fearsome and powerful. She leads with an iron fist, but do not mistake that for a cold heart. Elaine loves her crew as they are her family and would do anything to protect them. But get on her bad side and you will quickly come to regret your actions. You know what I do to girls like her? Put them in their place. Which I can't wait to do when this game comes out. Time for a sip of coffee. Oh, by the way, Billie Bust Up has like their own social media. They have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, since Elon Musk is gonna do a paywall eventually. Anyways, on their YouTube channel and TikTok or whatever, they show storyboards of what Elaine is gonna look like, including what she's gonna sound like. And apparently she's the type of girl that's like, no nonsense, no BS. Okay, I can respect that, because she's captain of the cat pirates. And in my mind, it's like, whatever. I'm glad Billy tells her off at some point. And Elaine's threatening to chop her up into bits. Typical villain. Try to eat at you. I mean, geez, Louise, macaroni and cheese. Speaking of eating, I'm having some delicious Chinese food while I'm doing this podcast episode. Yep, I am definitely going to eat well today. Alright, so that was Elaine, the cat pirate, whatever she wants to call herself. Alright, let's move forward. Golly, this Dutch person. Yeah, his name is Dutch. Doesn't he remind you of that wolf guy from Mary Poppins Returns? This is basically Balto meets Mr. Krabs. I mean, geez Louise, what's his story? Dutch is the hearty and cheerful owner of a large, lavish hotel, a popular and well-known vacation spot across the lands. He is an accomplished and well-feared, they put this in parentheses. There's a reason for it, I bet. Businessman with a southern flair and a criminal career to keep under wraps. You're a cliche, my guy. A cliche. And you want to know how I know you're a cliche? Because there's a storyboard of you trying to talk Billy down. Oh, there's ain't no magical whatever around here, so give it up, will ya? Roll the clip.
There ain't no magical doohickeys in this here hotel. Give it up, will ya?
I'm telling you, he's a cliche. I bet you almost all these villains on this roster are cliche. Okay, wait a minute. Let's not nitpick over here. You can have some cliche, but at least they're not overdoing it. And I hear each villain is going to get their own song. We've seen that with Fantoccio. We've seen that with Barnaby. So, obviously, we're in for a little treat, you guys. And by the way, the music is being handled by, what's-his-face? Daniel Ingram. Some of you might know him because of My Little Pony, which, yeah, obviously the music in that show is great. Yeah, that's what I understand. No wonder Billie Bust Up is putting hashtag My Little Pony into their posts, which understandably so, because Daniel Ingram has a lot to do with that show, you know? So, wonderful pedigree when it comes to talent, when it comes to the music. So obviously Dutch is going to have his own song, and Elaine is going to have her own song. So we're in for a treat, you guys. And all that Shi-Banga-Bang is telling you that right now. Alright. Ooh. This next bio. I'm sure you've all heard of him by now. Barnaby Ghost-Owl. Now, from what I understand, based on the research that I've done with this guy, he's voiced by somebody that goes by the name of Black Griffin. Now, Black Griffin has his own social media, YouTube channel, and I really need to check out his stuff because he's super talented. I think he was on America's Got Talent. So this guy is oozing with talent. And he portrays that in his character, Barnaby. Now let's talk about this Barnaby caricature. The ghost of a once living owl, corrupt and ultimately killed by the reckless magical experiments in his lifetime. So apparently this guy is a mad scientist type. Anyway, a true party animal. Duh. I mean, look at him. So anyway, Barnaby now lives, they put a question mark, for causing mischief and hosting swinging wakes for ghostly guests in his castle. I'm pretty sure he and the Count Von Count might get together and do a collab. Wouldn't be surprised. He is eccentric and nonsensical and a lover of party games. Challenge him and it's sure to be a... Get it? Because he's an owl! It's so freaking obvious, you guys. The look of this guy, his mannerisms, his speech impediment. He's a goddamn owl. Duh! So we might as well talk about the cutscene that's been going viral ever since a lot of people have been posting videos. And I even shared this clip with a couple of my friends. Matt the Cat and Junior Boy can definitely testify to this. Alright, so we get Billy trying to take the gem from Barnaby's castle or whatever that place is. So Barnaby confronts her, obviously. And when he first appears, it's like he's hanging from the ceiling like a freaking bat. Must be having an identity crisis or whatever. But whatever, he takes a closer look at Billy. I mean, literally, his eye pops out like a freaking telescope. And he starts holding her, dangling her like she's some kind of special new toy. And he's being playful, but at the same time, he's... Oh my god, just play the clip, please.
Alright, you've twisted my wing.
It's like, you get the idea. He wants to make her into a ghost, and even though Billy says no, it's like he still wants to end her. I mean, geez Louise. That's one thing I hate about villains, because they don't take no for an answer. No means no. And I like how they designed his character. It's like his wings make him look like he's wearing a cloak or a business suit or whatever. Even his bow tie spins. And they even talk about the design of Barnaby and how it was like a little confusing at first, but then it's like, okay, he's supposed to be magical, he's supposed to be supernatural crap or whatever.
Supposed to be kind of nonsensical, like hard to imagine, a little bit weird, a little bit goofy. So, yeah, whenever you think of Barnaby, think fourth wall breaker, reality bender, shapeshifter, can change their size, can do all sorts of crazy crap, like full-on cartoon logic.
Yep, you heard it from the horse's mouth. And I also like how Barnaby's feet act like his hands. There is some points or another where he's pointing and making these gestures and even wagging his finger or toe at some point. Oh, and remember when he does this? So I imagine that this idiot is doing this. Hey guys, I have a secret. I don't know why I did that, but it's gonna hurt later on. Don't ask me why I did that. But you get the idea, right? So, I think a lot of people can agree that Barnaby's song is fire. It's super, super popular. And, well, obviously it's super popular because look at this. Look at this. Fan art inspired by Barnaby. This dude is freaking amazing. Even though he's one of the villains in the game. Okay, so this is not my first fan art of the malevolent birdie. It was actually this one. Now, for those of you who follow me on Instagram and DeviantArt, this is my first fan art project of Barnaby Owl. So this is him, obviously, and he's chasing Billy. And by the way, this is my first depiction of Billy Goat. Oh my gosh, this one, now this is a sketch, but I colored him on my computer and I posted it to my Instagram and DeviantArt page. Yeah, this one was really popular on DeviantArt, and I had people congratulating me and saying that this looks awesome. Oh yeah, these are LarryBoy Fanatic sketches, and this is the stuff that you saw in my cover video of A Million Gruesome Ways to Die. And then fast forward, you guys got this. You guys saw this. Yeah, Barnaby Fanatic enters the Fanatic verse. Ta-da. And then got my besties, Junior Boy and Matt the Cat, as my ghost underlings. Because when you think about it, the ghosts that hang out in Barnaby's Manor, some of them are orange and yellow and others are yellow and orange. So I took the color scheme of the ghosts and took inspiration from that. And the costume was easy to come up with. So a black cape and some black pants. And we got the vest and the bow tie. So the helmet has to be black as well because of Barnaby's head. And my ponytail is also black. And then we had the orange gem that's in the center of his vest. So LarryBoy Fanatic gets reinvented as Barnaby Fanatic. So another Fanatic persona to go into the Fanatic verse. That's how much inspiration that Barnaby has given me. Oh, and also, the prop I used in my cover video, you might have noticed this. Yep. Alright, so I took that scene and made a cardboard replica. So this is cardboard, this is from a poster board, and how I came up with the colors, it's basically magazine paper. I needed gray right here, black, and then a mix of orange and yellow, and some tape. And you get a really convincing prop. And some of you might be asking, oh, are you going to cosplay as Barnaby? It's in the works, you guys. I feel like this game is going to be revolutionary. It already is, you guys. When you look at the teaser trailer, when you look at the people's Let's Plays of the pre-alpha build, it looks stunning. The music, the characters. Alright, speaking of characters, we gotta at least mention Fantoccio. Yeah, we haven't forgotten about you, Fantoccio. I think you're a cool guy. Okay, so what is he? Fantoccio is a living puppet. A magical experiment brought to life before being trapped inside an enchanted theater, where he lived alone for many years. Yeah, he's got his creative craft and magical abilities. He is egotistical, fun-loving, and dramatic. And when Billy arrives into his theater, he is overcome with joy at the prospect of something to play with. So he's been wanting a plaything this whole time. I think we've already established that with Barnaby. And he's the guy that sings, "I've had enough of you." I haven't listened to the full song yet, but I better. If I'm going to be invested in this game, I at least have to listen to at least both Barnaby's and Fantoccio's songs. So don't worry, for those of you who are saying, oh, you're just doing it because of Barnaby, oh, you're ignoring the other villains. It's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure Fantoccio is a pretty cool villain. I mean, just look at him right there. I think they got inspiration from Pinocchio. It's so obvious because of the parents, because of his name. I mean, And that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. So I think we've gotten through all the character bios. And we've also talked about Billie, because obviously she's the main character of this game. And yeah. So when it comes to learning more about the game, first of all, the development team at Billie Bust Up, they're actually transparent. They're sharing a lot of stuff. I mean, they're not sharing spoilers. Well, obviously they can't. But they're transparent when it comes to saying what this game is going to be about and what to expect. They even do live streams on YouTube. I've been tuning into their live streams lately, and they seem like very nice people. You got people in the chat donating super chats. People are liking what they see. The two people who do the live streams for Billie Bust Up, their names are Katie and Ash. Which, by the way, those two are phenomenal. They make a great duo. I love how charismatic they are. They compliment each other. They're nice to the fans. So the next time they have a live stream, I'll probably donate a super chat to them. Because they're phenomenal. Especially the work they're doing and showing on stream. That just goes to show, like, they have a really good reputation with the fans.
So that I could experience it for the first time on stream.
This game was in development for 6 years now, and it's already a milestone. I think they celebrated their 6th year in development. They even released a video that was from 2019, and you compare 2019 to today. It's like, look at all the progress they're making. It's like, you can tell that a lot of love was put into this game. Even though it's not out yet, they're showing you, hey, we care about this game. We want to bring this game into fruition. And I really want them to bring this game into fruition because it's got potential. I feel like this game would get a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. So anyways, like I said, the pre-alpha build is available if you donate to their Patreon, and they do live streams. So it's worth checking out. Either one. I'll even put a link to their channel in the description. So I've already subscribed to their Patreon, so I should be getting the pre-alpha build soon. They've already earned my patronage. They've already earned my support. So I'm fully endorsing this game. You've heard it from LarryBoy Fanatic here, from the All That Shi-Banga-Bang host, Ronnie, that I fully endorse this game. It's like, I've never been so excited for a video game at this magnitude. I mean, geez Louise, macaroni and cheese. You can even wishlist it on Steam. Okay, link to the Steam page will be in the description also. Alright, so before we go, let's talk about the expectations that I have for this game. Alright, I feel like it's going to have a well-driven story. Because from what I can gather so far, Billie's father is apparently an adventurer, and inspired by her father, she wants to go on adventures as well. And apparently she has this mentor named Aristotle, and she learns from him when it comes to magical abilities and stuff like that. But anyways, I think something happens, and apparently she goes on this adventure to find this gem or whatever, and that's how she's meeting these different villains and characters. I feel like this is going to be a well-driven story with fantastic characters, environments. Gameplay is going to be phenomenal. So far, the game is going to be on PC. Hopefully, I can use my PlayStation 4 controller to play the game on my computer. Now, let's talk about pricing. There's no set price yet. Well, obviously, the video game hasn't come out yet. But there's been talks of there being no microtransactions. They even say in their live streams that microtransactions are insidious. It's like, you bought the game, so why pay for microtransactions? If they do have microtransactions, they're not going to have you pay for it. They'll probably just have you collect in-game currency instead of having to pull out your credit card and spend real money. Yeah, I like the philosophy that they have. It's like, they don't believe in microtransactions. They mentioned something about DLC, but that's it. They don't want to have people pay for microtransactions like a lunatic, like what you do in Fortnite or Madden or Overwatch or any game, insert any game that has a lot of microtransactions. They don't want to do that to people. They said that you'll get to customize the look of Billie. Like, have her wear this, have her wear that. So Billie would be customizable when it comes to the clothes. And I think her pet Oscar is going to be customizable as well. They were talking about it, but it's still up in the air. What I'm telling you here is still up in the air. So when it comes to pricing, well, during my time as a gamer, buying video games and this and that, it's like I've come to learn something. For AAA games, the price is usually $60 to $70 to $80, unless you get the DLC and booster packs and stuff like that. Then it's over $100. But for indie games, they range about $30, or at least $30. $20, $30, somewhere around that ballpark. So since this is an indie game, I don't expect this game to be a lot of money. I'm thinking a reasonable price tag for this game would be around the $30 mark. And I say that because of the publisher. The publisher that they partnered with is, I believe, Humble Games. Yeah, that's right. Not EA, not Bethesda, because they would have put out a lot of excuses to say, oh, this is worth $60. I was like, no. This is an indie game, so it's going to be lower than $60. $30 is reasonable. If it's less than that, it's tempting, but it's your call. Whether it's for the full game or it comes with DLC, $30 is kind of reasonable. And this is coming from a gamer that spent money on video games before. Because when I bought Immortals Fenyx Rising, I remember spending $50 to $60 on that game. It was brand new at the time. And it was a AAA game because it was from Ubisoft. But this game, it's an indie game with an indie publisher. So obviously, there's not going to be a huge price tag. Which I'm hoping there isn't. It's like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. I'm expecting, at the rate that this game is going, and how much the game developers are sharing about this game, I'm seeing 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 4 out of 5 stars, or even all 5 stars. And that's assuming that this game comes out and there's little to no bugs. With people who are playing the pre-alpha build, they're actually testing the game and reporting bugs. And let me tell you, the game developers of this game are taking people's feedback. They're saying, okay, we are listening to you. We're listening to you. We're going to work on the issues. We will solve these issues because we care about you. I mean, you don't get that type of generosity from today's video game developers. EA doesn't really do that. Blizzard doesn't really do that. Bethesda doesn't really do that. It's really nice to see that a video game developer studio is doing its best to not only put out a good game, but to also be kind and respectful to their fan base. I mean, I became part of their fan base recently. I started following them at mid-August, I believe. Near the end of August. So, I've been following them for almost a couple of months now. Following their progress, watching their live streams, seeing their posts on their social medias. So yeah, I'm in it for the long run. And I think you guys should go and support this game however you want. Even if you can't afford the Patreon, you could still follow them on their social medias. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's Shi-Banga-Bang. So anyways, those are my thoughts on Billie Bust Up. I can't wait for the game to come out. I'm definitely gonna play the full game when it comes out. And I am most definitely gonna play the pre-alpha build. You guys deserve to see me go up against Barnaby, finally! I did a cover song of his freaking song. Now, I gotta beat him in his own game. So anyways, this was another episode of All That Shi-Banga-Bang. If you liked this episode, be sure to click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support LarryBoy Fanatic, yours truly, you can join my Patreon, or become a channel member. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, DeviantArt, Shi-Banga-Bang. Anyways, you guys, this has been your girl, Ronnie Gunza, also known as LarryBoy Fanatic. The eyes and plunger ears if I was wearing my LarryBoy hat of the LarryBoy multiverse. There's a million, there's some ways to go watch my cover video if you haven't. Alright, see you guys. You had your back turned this whole time? What are you doing with my chopsticks? Hey, I'm about to eat.